Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Orlando planning video. Today we're going to go through what is going to be in our hand luggage for the flight, and since I've got it all out we might as well get it packed into the bags as well. If you are interested in what I packed in our main checked suitcases, then I did do a pack with me video, that was my last one, but I will link my entire Orlando planning playlist down below. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this is what we are working with. This is the majority of the stuff that needs to go into our hand luggage. Obviously there are a few very last minute bits and bobs, such as phones, wallets, and kind of like the phone chargers that we use every day, but this for the most part is it. Something to note here is we are a family of 6, so that is why there's a lot of stuff, and also my daughter, if you're new to my channel, has complex medical needs. Hence a lot of this stuff in this area here. She is G-tube fed, so we need to travel with all of her supplies. Her medication will also be going into hand luggage, but obviously that is not something that can be packed just yet as well. So I think the way I'm going to tackle this is one by one. I think I'm going to start with the boys. So we have 3 boys. They are 11, 9 and 7, and they're all going to be taking their own backpack. For the most part we're taking personal bags, so the kind of bags that you can put underneath the plane seat in front of you. We are allowed a kind of carry-on suitcase that can go in the overhead lockers as well. We're only taking one of them for all of us, just because even though we are allowed them, we've got to factor in how much we can actually carry realistically, considering we have Avery's extra bits and also we'll be pushing the pushchair as well. So the boys each have a backpack. Marley, who's the oldest, he has a Star Wars backpack. Zachary, who is my 9-year-old, he has a Jurassic World backpack, and then Eli, who is the youngest, has a Spider-Man backpack. And a lot of what they are taking in their backpacks is pretty much the same, to be fair. I feel like there's going to be less arguments that way. Now we're sat in kind of like a 2-2-2 formation, just because of the way the plane is laid out. So Eli and Marley are going to be in the first 2 seats. Josh, my husband, and Zachary are going to be in the second 2. We just thought that would work better. Eli and Marley tend to get along better, and Zach tends to like to do his own thing. He is also autistic, so I feel like it's just a better plan for him to have an adult sat next to him. And then I will be sat behind them 2 with Avery next to me. She is 2, so she does have her own seat. Not that she'll be in it most of the time. So the first thing they're going to be having in their carry-on luggage is a bag full of clothes, and they each have one. These have a set of pajamas and then also their first day clothes and a clean set of underwear. This is just in case, God forbid, our luggage gets lost. Worst case scenario, all of our luggage manages to get lost. I'm not sure if that's ever happened to anyone, but I'm just trying to be prepared for all scenarios. At least they have got their first day clothes in here, so it shouldn't ruin our first day, and hopefully if our luggage did get lost then it would be returned to us soon, I hope. Like I said, they've also got pajamas in here, so they can get into their pajamas when they get to the resort, even if our luggage did get lost. I just thought it was a good idea to have some spare clothes in everyone's hand luggage. So this one is Eli's, and to be fair, these rucksacks are quite big, so I really don't feel as though I am compromising too much space by doing it. This one is Zach's. I also did a what my children are wearing to Orlando. I also did a what I'm wearing to Orlando video, so if you're interested in any of the clothes that are in any of these pouches, then definitely check out those videos. And then Marley's. And they still all have plenty of room in their rucksack. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think these will be filled completely, but that's fine because it just means they're gonna be a bit more lightweight for them to carry. The next thing they are all gonna have is a like a notebook. It's not a notebook, it doesn't have lines in it or anything. It is just plain paper and a pencil case with some colouring pencils and a normal pencil and an eraser and stuff. And they do have the kind of in-flight entertainment on the screen in front of them, but just in case they fancy doing something different, I've got something for them here. I feel like they're all getting a little bit too old for colouring books now, so I thought I'd just go with plain paper because they do all like to draw. Eli and Zach both have a pair of sunglasses. Marley doesn't have any, just because I bought these for Zach and Eli a long time ago. Marley is my stepson. I actually bought these before I even met Marley. So these ones are Eli's, these ones are Zach's. I just felt it was a good idea to put the sunglasses in the hand luggage just in case they get broken. They all have a Pluto pen. They had these as a little stocking filler at Christmas time, and I think these are going to be what they take into their parks with their autograph books, but I just thought it was easier just to keep them in their hand luggage. That way they've also got a pen to draw with if they want to use a pen to draw in their little drawing books. They've all got their own wallets. They will have a little bit of spending money each for the trip, so those are going in the hand luggage as well. I'm packing a couple of packs of Top Trumps. I know the boys like to play these, and again, it's just as another option on the plane if they get bored of the in-flight entertainment or of their drawing books. It's just something else for them to do. I'm only packing 2 packs because obviously Marley and Eli sat together and then Zach sat behind them, so 2 can play with 1 set, and then I don't know, maybe Josh can play with Zach, or they can swap for a little bit, or it's a long flight, so they'll have plenty of time to do this if they want to. They are all going to be taking their Nintendo Switches. These don't actually have them inside. These are just carry cases that I found on eBay, I think. They work really, really well, and they can actually fit some games in there too. Marley doesn't have one of these because he uses his Switch with an actual controller, and it doesn't fit inside this, but his bag has a nice big front pocket, so he will probably just keep his in there. And that is basically it for the boys, aside from some snacks they might want to get in the airport, but it all fits in there nicely, and they've still got plenty of room in there. They're not too heavy, so all I need to do is just add their Switches really closer to the time. The next bag is Josh's, and he picked up this leather effect one from Primark, I believe. Yeah, it was from Primark, and it was £14. It wasn't that long ago, so they may still have some of these in, but it's just a nice sized backpack. Now Josh will pack a lot of his own stuff. I know he wants to pack his headphones, and obviously his wallet, his phone and whatnot, but I'm just packing in here what I can for now. So again, Josh has a spare set of clothes in here just in case luggage gets lost and he is left with nothing to wear. At least he will have 1 outfit to wear. He is also taking his GoPro and a few accessories. The GoPro came in this case, so I'm just keeping it in here to keep it safe. He has the GoPro Hero 10, and he's also got a spare SD card in here. I think it's 256 gig. Josh likes to take footage on the rides. He doesn't make content or anything like I do. He just does it for the memories, but then I like to steal his content if he does get some, because it's nice to pop in my videos. That was some of the ride footage I used in my Disneyland Paris vlog, was from his GoPro. He also has a battery pack. This one's one of the ones that can be charged by solar light, by sunlight. It doesn't charge brilliantly with sunlight. Usually we just charge it with the wire, but that is going in there, and then he will pack his phone wire and whatnot to recharge his phone on the flight if he needs to. That's all that's in Josh's bag at the moment. Like I said, he is going to add his headphones and his wallet and his phone and whatnot closer to the time, but that is up to him to sort out. The next bag is actually Avery's mobile feeding bag. So this is the one that was provided to us with the company that we use in the UK, which is Abbott, and the pump just fits it in there, and then the feed can hang from here, and this is what we use to feed Avery when we're out and about basically. So this is all we're taking to Orlando. We're not taking the stand or anything, because most of the time we are going to be mobile. I do quite like this bag because it has the bottle pockets at the sides, it has an extra zipper here, and then you can also pull the back out here so that you can stand it up. So if we are feeding her, then we can stand it up so that it doesn't fall over and you get air bubbles in the tube. But yeah, we are obviously taking this because we're going to be needing to feed Avery on the flight. Now the next 3 bags, which are behind me, they are mine, Avery's, and our carry-on suitcase, which essentially is mostly going to be mine and Avery's things. It's just a bit of extra space. I'm not really allocating any of those bags to either one of our own things, if that makes sense. So in between mine and Avery's personal bags will be a mixture of mine and Avery's things, stuff that I need to get to easily on the plane, because those are the bags that will be under our seats. And then in the carry-on suitcase is just extra stuff that we may need on the flight, but we're not likely to reach for it as often, so that one will go in the overhead locker. But there is still quite a bit of stuff on the bed that I need to fit into these 3 bags. I actually also forgot to mention Josh's sunglasses. They will be going in his hand luggage as well. nearly forgot those. So my carry-on suitcase is one that I bought ages ago as a set of 3 from eBay. It came with a carry-on, a medium and a large. Avery's bag's another one from Trago Mills. It's just a red Minnie Mouse bag. And then mine was a gift to me from Josh. This is from Deichmann's and I absolutely love it because it's got Minnie Mouse on the front. So the first thing that we go into the carry-on suitcase is actually a packing cube full of all of our swimwear. Again, if luggage gets lost, then at least we can still make use of the pool at the resort because we'll all have our swimwear and the hotel will have towels. I also have my first day clothes, a pair of pyjamas and some spare underwear. Avery also has her first day set of clothes and a spare pair of pyjamas. And then I am also taking an extra hoodie on the plane just because I feel the cold really easily. I am wearing my Spirit jersey, but that is a bit more lightweight, so if I'm feeling a little bit chilly on the plane, then I've got this as a backup. This is Avery's feed. It is the complete paediatric and we have the 250ml bottles. We're taking 9 of them on the flight and the rest are going into our checked luggage. This gives us an extra day if our luggage does get lost, but her milk bottles are spread across the suitcases, so hopefully we will have enough until luggage arrives if it does get lost. So the spare ones I'm just going to pop in the carry-on and then I will keep 4 out so that she's got 4 to be fed with on the plane. I am going to be leaving a lot of this space clear because I need to factor in all of her medicines. So my plan is to pack all of her medicines into the carry-on suitcase. Obviously we're going to have to get them all out for security, and then once we pass security we are going to draw them up into their syringes ready for the flight just to make things easier. And then once they're drawn up they will all go into a little Tupperware container, and then inside this little bottle I've just got caps for the syringes just to stop any medicine from leaking out of them. So that one will go in there for now, but that will come out and go into one of our personal bags once we've passed security. I also have Avery's SATS monitor here. She does use a saturation monitor when she's sleeping. This is our smaller one. We do have 2. We have a bigger one that she uses every night, but we're going to take the smaller one with us. I have checked all the probes to make sure that it's all still in working order, so this can just go into the carry-on suitcase because the flight there we won't likely need it. The flight back more likely we will, just because that is an overnight flight. Avery's emergency G-tube kit is also going to be going into this case. This is in the event that something went wrong with her G-tube, basically like it fell out or it stopped working, we needed to replace it. I've also got an NG tube in here just in case the hole closes over, God forbid. I've got some spare water, some pH strips. I'm probably speaking a foreign language if you're not familiar with tube feeding, but basically this is everything we would need should something go wrong with her G-tube that is kind of a situation that isn't an emergency and we could handle at home. I will actually be taking this out of here after the video because we do carry this with us whenever we go out, so we will still need it for a little while yet. And then I also have Avery's stroller fan. We won't obviously need this on the flight, but I just thought it was safer to take it in hand luggage considering it does have a battery inside it. Moving on to mine and Avery's bags. Avery has spare clothes here. There's a pair of pyjamas and there is also a spare outfit just in case of any spills, leakages, sick. Obviously traveling with a toddler or a baby, it's always good to have spare clothes. Avery also has her own little pair of baby sunglasses. These are from Amazon and they've got a strap on the back, so it just helps to keep them on her head. Like I said earlier, 4 bottles of feed are going to be going into this bag because we will need them to hand on the flight. I've also got some spare bottles here, and this is because some of Avery's medicine is in pill form. So we need somewhere to mix the pill with the water basically, so I am just gonna pop these in here. Syringes, we have quite a lot of them. We have enough for an entire day, obviously because we're pretty much going to be traveling for an entire day. So the big ones I am going to put straight into the bag because these ones are all for her water flushes. And then the smaller ones I am going to try and fit into this Tupperware container because like I said, we are going to be drawing up all of her medicines and then popping them into this container. So for anything that we have that is liquid, I did buy these little plastic Ziploc bags, and these are the right dimensions for the UK airport guidelines. They do give these out for free in the airport, but I thought it would be so much easier if everything's already in them, so we haven't got to scramble at security. So this one is Avery's. It's just got some bottles of sterile water. This is just in case anything happens to ours, or I don't know, they don't let us take them through security. We've not had a problem before, so hopefully it'll be fine. There is also some saline, just some salt water in here, and this is to clean Avery's button. We don't normally use saline, but her normal cleansing solution is a big bottle, so that is going into our checked case. And then also some Flaminol, which we use if Avery gets some granulation tissue on her button. She hasn't had it for a while, but it's just safe to have it, so that's going to go in her bag. And then to go alongside that, I've also got a spare button cover and a couple of cotton pads. This is to clean her button and change her pad when we're on the flight. I've also got give-in sets. These are for a feeding pump. They're the tube that attaches the bottle to her. So I've got 5 of these. She will only use 4 on the flight, but it is good to have a spare. And I've also got Avery's little nappy case. So I got these as a set of 2 from Shein, and it holds 5 nappies, a full pack of wipes, and a little pot of Sudocrem quite nicely. I also found a travel changing mat on Amazon. It folds down really nice and small, so that can go in there. And then I think that is all the space taken up in Avery's bag. Now we will have big bottles, sort of this size, of cool boiled water, but the bags do have bottle pockets, like I said, the same on the feeding bag, so we will just make use of those. And then onto my bag, I've already got a lip balm in here just because flights are very dry. I've got a pack of tissues. These are wristbands, and these are going to be going on the boys' wrists. They just have my phone number on them, just in case any of them got lost or went for a wander and couldn't find us again. My phone number is on here, so I thought these would be handy for both the airport and the parks, because they can get quite busy, so it's just better to be safe than sorry. So I'm popping them in my hand luggage. I've also got a pen, just in case we have to fill out any forms. I've never had to at an airport before, but I hear you do have to fill out forms when you're flying outside of the EU, so that's in there just in case I can't find one. I've got a pair of leggings, and I'm taking these for 2 reasons. Number 1, in case Avery is sick all over me, and she has done that before. And number 2, the leggings I'm wearing are kind of like sports leggings, and they do have quite a tight band, so just in case I do start to get a tummy ache or I feel uncomfortable, I've got some softer, looser ones to change into. Avery also has a wallet because she's going to have her own money as well, so I am just going to pop that into the front pocket of her bag. So I've got my sunglasses. I've got 2 pairs. I showed them in my what we're packing for Orlando video. I'm taking a plastic bag. I just thought this would come in handy for any rubbish on the plane. I know they do come around with a bin bag once or twice, but just so that we're not surrounded by rubbish, I thought it would be nice to have a bag to put it all in. These, a subscriber actually sent these to me, and I thought they were a genius idea. These are actually sick bags, and they fold down nice and compact. I know they've got paper sick bags on the planes, but just in case Avery is having a particularly sicky day, I thought it'd be handy to have a couple of these in my hand luggage. I've also got a pair of fluffy socks in case I fancy taking off my trainers and getting comfy. Again, it's a very long flight, so why not? It is my mum's birthday while we're out there, so I do have a little gift for her. I'm carrying that in my hand luggage just so it doesn't get damaged or lost or anything. I've got some spare nappies just in case the 5 that are in that little nappy pouch are not enough. I've got 2 little Ziploc bags here. These are intended for the parks. One is for clean syringes, one is for dirty syringes, but I figured we're going to have dirty syringes on the plane. We won't need one for clean syringes just because they are all already in packaging. So I'm probably just going to fold this one away and pop it in Avery's front pocket. But the one for dirty syringes I will keep in my bag because we will have dirty syringes on the plane. I've got a laundry pouch, just an empty laundry pouch. Thought this would come in handy in case there are any spillages or poo explosions or sicky events, any dirty or wet clothes I can pop in there. I've got a cooler bag. Now this we will likely use on the way to the airport as well, but I thought I'd stick it in my hand luggage bag and then I know it's safe and we're not going to lose it before we go. I've got a nail file. I break my nails a lot, or if they catch and there's a rough bit on them, it drives me insane, so I thought I would pack a nail file just in case. I also have battery packs in my case. I thought it would be easier just to group them together because you do have to take them out of security anyway. I have 3. I doubt we'll need all 3, but we are using an iPad, which reminds me, I'm not packing this now, but I will be packing my iPad. This is for Avery. We're going to download all of her favourite things onto it. I've got mine and Avery's headphones. The only reason why I'm taking them for Avery is because the ones on the plane, I don't think they will fit her right, so she does have a little toddler set of headphones. And then my Beats that Josh bought me a few Christmases back. And then I've also got the little adapter that changes an aux cable into like an iPad charger point cable so that Avery can use her headphones with my iPad. I've got all of our travel documents. Now there are still a few more bits to add to this, like boarding passes and just a couple of other bits of paperwork. But for the most part, it's all in there, and so are our tickets for the parks, so that will be in my hand luggage at all times. Got a birthday card from my mum, so I'm probably just gonna pop that in here as well. Last couple of things, I've got a muslin cloth for obvious reasons. I've got 2 bottles of hand sanitizer. I'm gonna pop one in my case, my bag, sorry, and then I'll probably pop one in Josh's as well, but into the Ziploc bag because it saves a little bit of time at security. Last few bits now, I am taking this little crossbody bag. This is going to have like my phone, my wallet and all of our passports in it, just stuff that I want to be really easy to grab, but then through security I can just pop it into this bag and it fits well. The only other things are Avery's blanket, which won't really be going into a bag. She'll probably be using it, or it'll be in her pushchair. Her neck support, so this is for when she's on the plane. She doesn't hold her head very well. This just helps to keep her head upright because she does have to be in her seat for takeoff and landing, and her seat obviously has to be upright. We are taking her go-to seat by Firefly, and this is just to provide her with a bit more postural support in the plane seat. So with that and with that, that should be good for takeoff and landing. But this, to be honest, I will probably just kind of wrap it around the handle of the suitcase just so that it's not taking up space in the bags because it is quite big. And then for the go-to seat, we have a car seat cover. Now this was intended as an actual car seat cover until we realised that our car seat doesn't meet the requirements in America, so we're not taking our car seat now, and instead of bothering to return this or wasting it, I thought we would put the go-to seat in it, and then that just keeps that protected, and it's got a handle so we can put it on our back while we're carrying it through the airport. But everything zips up. Like I said, I do still have medicines to add to this bag, and we've still got a few little bits and bobs to add to our own hand luggage as well. But for the most part, that is another job done, and all of our hand luggage is sorted. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up and be sure to check out my Orlando playlist. Like I said, I will leave it down below, and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to follow us along on our journey and see more of our Orlando planning content. And with that said, I'll see you in a few days with another video. Bye guys.